My name is Katherine Harper, and I'm the executive producer of the MINK Catcher, which is a short film filmed here in Dallas that will be showing at DIFF.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about the film and how it came about?
Absolutely. So the film has a really great story. I work for a local company called Real Effects, which has been involved with the film festival for years. And a producer on one of our animated films, Scott Mosier, who's very well known, said, you have to meet this group of girls. One of them just won a Peabody Award. She's a director from New York. They all went to Columbia together, and they're wanting to make a short film in Dallas, and you guys should meet. So we met, and I love the idea from the get-go. And it's a story about Dallas women, a journalist and a high society lady, and the interaction that they have at a party. And so we filmed in Dallas in late 2014, and then spent the next months doing post-production and all of that good stuff. And so now we're doing festivals, and we're glad to be here in Dallas.
Awesome. Okay, obviously Dallas is a major character in the film because of the culture and everything else. Can you tell me a little bit about what you guys tried to show as far as the good side and bad side of Dallas?
Absolutely. So the story is really personal for the director, Samantha Buck. She was born in Dallas, and her mother was a Dallas housewife that packed her and her siblings up and moved them to DC and eventually became a lobbyist. So our film is about Dallas women, and on one hand you have a journalist who desperately kind of wants to be a part of the society that she sees, and then you have the first lady of that society, the mayor's wife, Pete, who really wants to escape it. And so it's the juxtaposition of their relationship and kind of what they learn from each other, which all takes place at a very Dallas-y event, which is when the women, all this group of society women, gathered to see the Who Shot JR episode of Dallas the Show on November 21st, 1980. So Dallas is almost a third lead actor in our film.
Awesome.
Main character.
So obviously it's set in 1980, so you had the great fashions from the 80s, the
Great
big hair
fashion.
and all that.
The big hair, the minks, and a fun fact is that we filmed sort of at a warm period still, even though it was summer, and so the minks on the ladies was definitely a shooting challenge. Everyone was definitely sweltering it out, but I think with regards to Dallas, it shows, I think, what a lot of women experienced at that time and in the South, which was there were all these openings and opportunities that were being created for women, and a lot of women wanted those and couldn't take advantage of them, and there was sort of a real push and pull between the roles and expectations of Southern women in the 60s and 50s with all of this sort of modern opportunity coming their way, and what all of those pressures meant to them.
Well, with all the budget constraints you have shooting a short, how did you find your talent, and tell me a little bit about the talent?
Yeah, we were so lucky to have a lot of great local people involved. So Buffalo Casting, MPS, a lot of local groups, were great to work with and helped us get as much as we could done for the money that we have. We also cast lots of local talent. Almost all of the actors are local. We have a great lead actress, and Anna Margaret Hollyman, who's done tons of independent films out of Austin, and then Susan May Pratt, another wonderful actress who did Center Stage and other films like that, was a friend of the director and producer, so she came on board as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what type of, you said this was done in a home, where did you find the home, and
that's a great story as well. So we actually filmed on Swiss Avenue at a house that was about to go on the market, and one of Samantha, our director's good friends, Mary Mapes, her family friend, lived down the street and said, you know what, I think we have the perfect house. So all of this sort of came through in a sort of kismet way where her connections knew the right place, and we were able to connect them with local Dallas people that they might not have known, and it was great.
So tell me a little more about your involvement in the film and how you came to be involved.
So I came on board because of Scott Mosier, and Scott was at Real Effects producing a movie called Freebirds, one of our animated films. And Scott and I had become friends, and he has a great background in doing, Clerks and Chasing Amy and Good Will Hunting and all of the movies that he'd worked on. But his love is documentary and sort of independent short film. He does a lot of that outside of his other films. And he had just become good friends with this group by executive producing their Peabody Award-winning documentary called Best Kept Secret. And so Samantha, the director, Marie, the co-writer and producer, and Daniela, the producer, were all part of Best Kept Secret, and he introduced me to them, and we just became friends instantly. So they came to Dallas. About 2 months later, we did a fundraiser and a Kickstarter campaign to help fund the film. And I just helped them as much as I could, as I've been a Dallas resident for almost 18 years now, and a native Texan, so it was good to have sort of a not token Texan, but official Texas host as part of it.
Awesome. When are you showing at the festival?
Yeah, we'll be on Friday the 15th at 7 p.m. and then Saturday the 16th at 1:45 p.m.
And do you have a website?
We do. It's www.theminkcatcher.com.
And are you on Facebook?
We are on Facebook at /theminkcatcher as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.